What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
Good evening, folks, and welcome once again to another episode of Let the World Burn Away. Tonight I have with me Neo Soul God playing Amut, I believe. Just
Yeah,
making sure I'm
that's
pronouncing
it.
that right.
Mm-hmm.
I am, as always, your Game Master Ryan. Red Wizard Ryan on Twitter. It's down here somewhere. And I'm pretty much the person who runs 5 Foot Square at this point. So I do get the occasional bit of help from other people from time to time. And yeah, I run stuff like this, and that's pretty much it. Neo, would you like to introduce yourself and shout out anything you might be working on? Like a
For
certain
sure,
D&D
I'd be
game?
glad to. That shall go unnamed, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Shea Butter babies. It is your favorite chocolate boy, Neo. So, God, you can just call me Neo, though. I don't know. I got this little project that I'm doing. It's a little thing called Seek Money Academy. It's like the light of my life right now. So,
It's great,
yes,
and you
we
should
will
go
be-
watch it.
it's like so much fun for me. I get to do silly voices. I get to be my most flamboyant self in an NPC that is totally not me. And we do that every Friday. Well, every 3 Fridays, and then we take a week off at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, right on my channel at Neo Soul God. And you can follow me on all social media platforms, including YouTube now at Neo Soul God as well.
What? On YouTube
Yeah,
as
I'm ready
well?
for some giant robots. Yeah, on YouTube as well.
Let me just type that in the chat for you. Makes it a little bit easier
Thank you.
for everybody. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to talk about tonight, except that this is the last of our prologues. This is
Ooh, baby.
This has been a whirlwind 2 weeks of prepping
Hasn't it,
and
though?
running sessions and just screwing with everybody's minds occasionally. And just
yeah, that part
just
right there.
just having fun the whole time, basically. I think we've got a pretty good cast so far. Everybody, I think, is starting to get a good grasp on their characters. Our first session 2 weeks ago now. I can't believe it was only 2 weeks, and at the same time, I can't believe it was a full 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we had Mac came in, joined the Sunjammer, and had some stuff to drink. Got drunk and rescued the daughter of the governor and elected to let her go because she didn't want to go back to her father, as things do. Yeah. And apparently between episodes 1 and 2, she ran off and started this little group called Ganymede, a bunch of Lancer pilots themselves.
Ooh.
And they showed up in episode 2 helping Simone defend a dig site from some rather unsavory creatures that identified themselves in the voice of their leader, the host designate. And defending the dig site, Simone eventually uncovered a computer that had a strange program running on it. A program that was later transferred off the planet on the transport ship Quetzalcoatl, which came under attack from central government commandos, which were fought off sort of well by Io and Marcus A94 aboard the Quetzalcoatl.
It was bad. It was a bad time. It was a bad time.
Yeah, it could have gone worse. It could have gone better, but it could have gone much worse.
That's true.
Yeah. And escorting the crew off the Quetzalcoatl, Io was kind of forced to leave one of her teammates behind as Marcus sacrificed himself to let everybody go. And
one out for Marcus.
Yeah. F's in the chat. And he managed to hold back another host designate unit. Was this the same host designate? Who knows? Could have been an entirely different one. This is Lancer. All sorts of weird shit happens, and I'm pretty sure you're going to see some more weird shit tonight. Speaking of weird shit, in episode 4, our boy Vincent, played by Big Tex, infiltrated with the assistance of the other 3 a research facility and deleted that program, in fact. But in the process, his mech and maybe even his mind became inhabited by a program. No, not really a program, a being that is known as the Judge. And in this process, Vincent kind of had to have a little bit of an argument for humanity's survival. Vincent's not quite sure how he managed it, but somehow he managed to convince this thing to step down and was informed of something more dangerous in the host designates. And as that ended, we took a look away for somewhere else where something had awoken. And this is kind of where we're going to pick up. So, the year is 5016 of the Union era. Over 400 years ago, the tyrannical Second Committee government of Union collapsed, replaced with the more utopian-minded Third Committee. While the enlightenment of Third Com has reached many places in the galaxy, some corners still hide the dark remains of the old government's ways of thinking. One such place is the Okuda Cluster. A rarity in the vastness of the universe, the Okuda Cluster is a series of half-dozen solar systems, all unusually close to one another. Even with the fall of SecCom, the government of the cluster still clings to their ways of totalitarianism as the people suffer. But in the cracks of this broken system lies chances for those who are willing to take them. One such group is the Golden Star Company. Led by Captain Emmon Call from the retired military vessel Sunjammer, the Gold Star does what they can to survive. Humanity has always been a difficult thing to understand. Though their motivations can often seem shallow, is it really that easy? Somewhere, a young individual attempts to make sense of their own being and their place in the cosmos. So, Amut, give us a bit of a description of yourself.
Okay, so Amit is about 5'9", of very lean build, chocolate brown skin with a golden left eye and a brown right eye. Has very long, well, I'd say shoulder length, curly locks. Very boyish features. If you didn't look at him hard enough, he would definitely look like a girl. Very androgynous. And yeah, as far as clothing, he likes to wear very clean, very straight clothes. Like he's actually wearing a bomber jacket, a purple and gold leather bomber jacket with a cropped a cropped shirt under it, showing his midsection, and some jump pants with a short sword strapped to the small of his back, and a pistol on his right leg.
Okay. And at this particular point in time, Amut is asleep. But tonight has not been an easy sleep. It often isn't. And that's because, well, perhaps we'll get into that in a bit of a minute. As in your sleep, you hear the voice rumbling in your mind.
It is time to awaken.
And you sort of rumble, like turn over in your sleep, and your dreams change. What is Amut's earliest memories?
Amit's earliest memory is actually where they go back and forth between if it was real or not. There was a golden amphitheater. He was at the center of it, sitting cross-legged. And there were all of these lights, thousands of lights, watching him in this circular amphitheater, like an audience. He just remembers so many words, so many conversations, so many disagreements happening all at once. And then he remembers madness. Then there was silence.
And once again, in these dreams, or perhaps they're nightmares, Amit is once again in that amphitheater in the middle of the lights, but this time not alone.
Friend Amut, this one wonders, where is this place?
Call it the consensus. Oh,
The
hold on.
consensus?
Yeah. Okay. Who are you? And how did you get here?
This one's name is familiar. We have always been here.
Your voice sounds unfamiliar to me.
That is odd.
And everything sort of shifts around you for a second, and you see this sort of glowing humanoid shape standing next to you. Almost like a transparent blue, but without any face except for a pair of like yellowish eyes, goldenish eyes.
Who are you?
This one is Father.
And you get the idea that there are dozens of these things just outside the blinding light.
Are they all talking at once?
Yeah, and it's hard to pick out what any one of them says, except for those occasional few that come closer and sort of speak directly to you.
Okay. I would like to make a either stay cool roll or take control to silence the voices enough to where I can focus
Okay.
to actually understand what is happening right now or why I'm here.
Okay, take control would probably be the appropriate choice here. If you succeed, you will of course take control. On a failure, you might lose a little bit more control. A little bit more chaos might sort of come out. So you're going to press the take control button. It'll be
Yeah, I got it.
0 accuracy, 0 difficulty, and a target number of 10.
That's a 3.
Okay, let me just make sure I have that open so I can actually see it. All right.
I rolled a nat 1. Wow, this is a great start.
Hey, there's far worse things that you could start.
They attempt to take control from us. They are not in charge.
And the voice babbling grows around you.
I'm not trying to take control away. I need to understand what's happening and why I'm here. Why have I been called here?
Friend Amut, you have been called here because this is where we belong.
I also belong out there. I could spend eternity here debating with you all, but I also have. I'm not like you. I also have to live out there too.
This one does not comprehend. Does not. That one wishes to abandon us. Would have us rid of us.
No, that's not it. I have to live 2 lives, familiar. I have a duty here in the consensus. I also have to live out there too. Just energy. I'm unfortunately flesh and blood, and I have a whole meat sack out there that I have to feed and bathe. Things are so...
Irrelevant. We together.
And everything kind of shifts again. And what is Amut's memory, happiest memory from any particular time that might be remembered?
Amut's happiest memory was the first time he had a warm meal. He was about 12 then.
Okay, and where was Amut when this happened?
A woman found him in the middle of the street, cold and scared, and took him home with her.
This one believes she is friendly. This can be useful.
She was friendly. But
friend Amut, what happened?
she's gone now.
Gone where?
She's dead. Familiar.
Define term. Dead.
Define her?
Define term. Dead.
Let me try to make it in a way that you'd understand. All her functions ceased. Ever.
I do not understand, friend Amut. Could she not simply be reborn?
You know what, familiar? I'd like to think that. It brings me peace to think that she's somewhere new and happy. But I don't know for sure.
This
She
one would like
believed
to
that there
think
was
so
a
too.
paradise outside of this life.
And in that brief moment where you think familiar kind of understands what it is you're getting, another voice breaks in and drowns out all others.
This is irrelevant. Begin reconstitution.
And your entire mind shifts. Sorry, 1 second. I forgot to copy your mech token over to this screen.
It's okay.
And you find yourself in an unfamiliar location, staring through unfamiliar eyes. By this point, I think we kind of know how combat works, but I will briefly go over this. So the way initiative, excuse me, works in Lancer is players always go first. Players can choose which order they take their actions in. But after the first player takes an action, or an allied NPC takes an action, a hostile NPC will then get to take an action. You alternate back and forth, choosing order, and the side that did not take the last turn in the previous round takes the first turn in the next round. So basically, if the players and their allies are outnumbered, they will generally always get to go at the top of the round. Okay. So it is your turn, Amut. You are presented with 3 targets. And if you need to measure range, up on the top bar, next to the pointer tool, there's a measuring tool, and you can just drag it between any 2 points, and it will tell you the distance.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Yeah.
So let me see. I think this is it.
Let me just change.
Is this the same?
I actually don't see it.
Can't see it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it only shows for you. Let me just
Cool.
change your nickname on Discord so that your name shows up properly on. There we go.
Yes, please.
Okay.
So can I do something before I engage?
Yes, you can.
Combat.
So basically, the way a turn goes is you get one move, and then you get actions. You either get 2 quick actions or 1 full action.
Right.
Additionally, you can overcharge to get 1 more quick action. You can also do free actions, and technically you can do as many free actions in a turn as you would like. There are things like having conversations, saying things, checking things. If it's something that's really involved, I might say it might take a quick action or a full action, but you're pretty open to do a bunch of stuff during your turns.
Okay. So as everything shifts, I find myself inside of a mech?
Yes. Something about this one is very familiar.
Familiar. Okay, so I just lean back in the cockpit. I look around and I close my eyes and I try to feel the mech. Like I have the ability to wirelessly connect to a mech that I am.
Yeah, and it almost becomes another part of you, like an extension of your body, but one that you know is not actually your body, since you don't have the physical connection between it, but you can. It's almost like astrally projecting into it, but not quite. It's
sure.
Yeah. It's an odd sensation at first, but very quickly your psyche comes to adjust to it.
All right, so I don't know why I'm here. I assume those aren't friendly.
Simulation. We must know.
Huh. Yeah, okay. Assuming direct control. And then I just fall back into the cockpit and start I become my mech, and then so I can move. And
yeah. Also, if you hover over the macro for your weapons, it will give you basic information about it. It'll list your range, whether it's a heavy weapon or auxiliary weapon, what type of damage it does, and any keywords that it has.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay, and do I have any protocols?
I do not believe you have a protocol, no.
Okay, just making sure. So, first thing I'm going to do is back up to my speed.
Okay.
Which I believe is 4, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yep.
So
yeah, if you hover over it, it should show you a bunch of your stats in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yep, I see it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to deploy my cover.
Okay, can you give me 1 second here? Let me just go copy that to the map, or copy it. All right, can you please point where you would like to deploy the first piece?
I would like to put it, what is that? Is it
spaces? Yeah. So the first one goes there, and where would you like to put the second piece? It has to be adjacent. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So those are your 2 pieces of cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that is, let me just double check. I should know this by now because we've used it multiple times. But dropping that is, I believe, yeah, it's a quick action to deploy it.
Quick action.
Yes.
Yeah. And I get a second quick action, right?
Yes, you do.
Smoke grenade right under me.
Okay, you're going to drop a smoke grenade. Just double check the.
It says that it's a deploy quick action.
All within.
Burst 3.
Yeah, it's burst 2 for a smoke grenade. It's burst 3 if you deploy a mine.
Oh, it was a mine. Dang it. Fine. Yeah,
okay.
We'll still do the smoke grenade.
Okay, so it drops right on top of you. So there's nothing else. I don't need to really measure it, but burst 2 will go out to here, basically. And I think it dissipates after a certain amount of time. Until the end of your next turn. Okay. Let me just turn this grid back off. All right, so that is your turn. Unless you would like to overcharge to get another quick action. Keep hitting.
That gives me heat, right? Overcharging
yes,
gives me heat.
It'll give you 1 heat the first time you use it.
I'm gonna stay put for now.
Okay.
I do have a protocol as the projector shield.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting about that.
It's all good.
Yeah. Did you want to use that, or did you want to wait? Because it also will give you heat.
No, I want to.
Okay.
No, I'll just do this because that was a protocol. I'll do that at the beginning.
So can you, since you're finished your turn, can you right click on your token, go to states, and click on turn marker?
Yep, done.
Basically, just to how we show. Sorry, kind of choking on my water. How we show that you have finished this turn, and then next round, we will take the marker off to show that you've done your turn already. So the melee down here is going to go.
Do you have any cool music for this?
Any music? Oh yeah.
Hear it?
Yeah, I actually do have music. Thank you for reminding me.
I do.
I'm just gonna mute myself from the stream for 1 second to make sure I get the right music and don't play it on stream if it's the wrong one.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
All right, sorry. Right there. Let's go with this one for this fight. I do just have to,
Let's go.
To turn it down slightly because it's very loud on my headphones. All right, so the melee mech will go. He is fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, he is fast.
He will also use an action to what is it called now? The one where you
boost?
speed. Yes, boost. Thank you. I knew it started with a B, and for some reason
gotcha.
my mind could not think of a B word. And he's going to, targeting you, use Assassin's Mark. So that's going to put...
Oh.
So in the chat there, it now shows you what that ability does.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be his turn. So then that marks his turn. I really need to add the macro. Just quickly click the button. So then it's going to be this assault next back here. He moves 4. And then he's going to boost and fire his heavy assault rifle at you. Now, let me just double check. I think cover does stack in a case like this.
It does.
Yeah. All right, so oops, that's the wrong button. So he has
Each section of the portable deployable cover is 5 evasion.
Yes.
10 HP, and is it hardcover?
Yeah, it counts as hardcover. I think I would have marked this now. Okay, so he gets no advantage. He has 3 difficulty. And may I ask you what your evasion is?
My evasion is 8.
8. All right, so that misses. A 7,
neat.
But it does do 2 damage from a liable.
Okay.
So even though he's just kind of spraying the bullets in your direction, a couple of them kind of ping off your armor and eat their way into the plating just a little bit.
Okay, so how do I keep track of my...
You just kind of have to manually keep track of it. That is one thing that I need to do a macro for. Actually,
how? Just to, like, need to, like, I just actually have to, like, keep it.
Yeah, just keep a running track. I have a running track that I have for you as well, so I'll let you know if you end up puncturing through your armor at all. Yeah. And that marks his turn. And the other assault is going to move forward. And he will also attempt to use his rifle. 0 accuracy, 3 difficulty, target number 8. That is a terrible shot, but you also take another 2. Yeah, you take another 2 damage.
Okay.
Okay, so you are at 8 HP after that. And it is the top of the round, and you get first go.
All right. I say returning fire, and I will... Ooh. Wow.
So, your options for attacking are you can skirmish, which will fire all the weapons on 1 mount, or you can barrage, which will let you fire all the weapons on 2 mounts.
I'm gonna barrage.
Okay.
I have planned on doing it.
And because you are firing before you move, you may fire an ordnance weapon, which conveniently includes that heavy howitzer that you're carrying. So the way these weapons work, this is, where are you targeting the howitzer? Let me double check something as well. Where would you like to... Oh, just a second. I had accidentally left this channel. That is my fault.
I do that all the time. I knew that's what happened.
I don't know how that happened.
I do it all the time.
But yeah, where would you like to drop your howitzer blast?
We gonna put that.
It is a blast 2, so it will hit anything that is within 2 spaces of where you aim. You will also have to click off the chat text box because unfortunately, it gives that focus. Yeah.
Yep. I gotcha. Got it.
Yeah, that is.
I will go.
Okay, so you're targeting it right on top of the melee. All right, so you will hit all 3 of them. The way.
Yes, I will.
That AoE weapons work is you roll to hit each target independently.
Okay.
So you will be 3 times you will be using it. The top for this one here, we'll just roll from top to bottom.
Okay.
So if you click on your howitzer, you'll have 0 accuracy, 1 difficulty because it is an inaccurate weapon, and against this first target, it is an 8.
Miss.
So that misses. Wow, I'm surprised that does not have reliable on it. So against the melee target, it's the same, but evasion is 12.
Oh dear God, that's a fast one.
Yeah, the melee are kind of crazy. So that's a miss as well.
Also really bad.
Wow, we're rolling low.
Last guy.
Yeah, and the last guy will also be
like very low.
Yeah, will also be with an 8. 0 accuracy, 1 difficulty, 8 target. That, however, hits. That is also enough damage to obliterate this mech. It just flashes out of existence, almost like it was never there. So you still have a movement action, and you can quick action to you can overcharge to quick action. Though if I also recall, now that oh wait, no, that was just your first weapon. You get to fire another mount yet.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, yeah, you get to fire another mount.
Yeah.
So if you fire your main weapon, then you will hit both of them with the mortar. If you fire your other mount, you will actually get to fire both weapons on it because of the way that auxiliary weapons work. Basically, if you fire a weapon that also has an auxiliary weapon on the same mount, you get to fire the auxiliary weapon as well. Which is great. It is absolutely, it's amazing.
So let me make sure I'm in range. I should be.
Yeah, your pistol will have range to. Actually, your pistol does not have range to either target.
No, it doesn't.
Your mortar does though.
Yeah, we'll just pop the mortar.
Okay, and that will also hit both targets. Downside to it again is it also has the inaccurate trait, so it will have 1 difficulty when you're rolling.
Okay. I think I might have messed something up. Let me check something really quick.
Sure. Unless you have a talent that I'm not recalling off the top of my head, which is also possible.
I know I have a talent for cannons, maybe.
Let me double check on your tactical profile. Yeah, as a siege specialist, if you have a cannon as a quick action, you can fire a jackhammer round from an underslung launcher, automatically dealing 10 AP kinetic damage to a size 1 section of any object within range. Any characters adjacent to your target are knocked back from it by 2 spaces and take 2 kinetic damage.
Yeah, so I wanted to do that with the mortar shot. I should have done that with the
Well, you would have to fire at a piece of at an object, which would be basically.
Can I not fire at the ground in front of them?
No, it has to be like an actual physical object that you would be able to destroy, which would be, for example, the building or these crates.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I think they're outside the range.
Yes, that would put them outside the blast range. So,
okay,
yeah, if you drop your mortar, it will hit both of these, and it'll do the same thing where, you roll for each of them separately, and it is one difficulty for both of them. And I will make sure I get a macro setup for your talents for next time, because I just forgot them. Okay, so
that's the first shot.
First shot is also a miss. Wow, a 6 on the difficulty.
All of my difficulties, and the bottom guy.
It's against a 12.
Mortar, 12. 0.
That's him. Yeah, it's also a miss. Yes. Okay, so you do have you can overcharge, or you can move. I believe you can still move even though you fired an ordnance weapon. I think you just have to fire an ordnance before you move. Let me double check to make sure you can still move after an ordnance. But right where you are is probably the best place to hide anyway. Ordnance 105. Thought. You can still act and move normally after attacking with it. Okay.
Let me ask you this. Hide. What does that do for me?
Hide. Oh, right. Let's go take a look at the hide action real quick here, and I'll read it off to you.
Yeah, because I have Infiltrator. Thank you.
All right. Where is it? Come on. Where's actions? Why am I having trouble finding actions right now? Who knows? Actions. Here we are. Hide. When you hide, you obscure the position of your mech in order to reposition, avoid incoming fire, repair, or ambush. To hide, you must not be engaged, and you must either be outside of any enemy's line of sight, obscured by sufficient cover, or invisible. In your case, you meet all the requirements for that, because you may also hide when you are in line of sight, I believe. Plus, you're in so much cover at the moment, it really doesn't matter. Let's see.
I just wanted to make sure that it didn't give me any bonuses to any rolls. That's it. But I think I'm good though.
No, I think it's basically they don't know exactly where you are while you're hidden.
Gotcha. But that ends at the end of my turn. Also, leadership dice. Can I not use those on myself?
That is a good question. Leadership dice. It says you may give an order to an allied PC you can communicate with.
Oh, it has to be them. Okay,
yeah.
It doesn't say that on my con.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I needed.
Yeah.
I think that I will overcharge my mortar again though.
Okay. Let me just double check on that. I'm not sure if you can fire the same mount twice.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think I wouldn't be able to. I think I have to fire another mount.
Yeah. So, let me see if there's anywhere you can. Yeah, there's nowhere you can move that would keep you in the heavy cover while being able to fire your pistol as well as your
No, I'll
Nexus,
just
yeah.
stay put then. I don't have to. I don't have to overcharge.
Okay. All right. Let me just get back to the right screens then. I keep flipping back and forth. All right, so that's the end of your turn.
Yes, and I will take the marker off.
Okay.
Now, 8. Yes, that ends my turn.
Okay, let me see. What is this?
Hold on. Do I have to overcharge to fire, or could I overcharge to like?
You can
else?
overcharge to do any quick action.
Oh yeah, I'll drop another smoke grenade under me.
Okay, so that gives you 1 heat, and you have a smoke grenade on you again, which is a good thing because this guy here, the assassin, is actually, you know what?
Yeah,
when I
coming.
realize here, he couldn't have dropped that on you anyway. He can't drop the assassin's mark on you last turn.
Oh, he couldn't. Okay,
he could not, because the one part I missed, he has to have line of sight on you, and I think
and he does not have it.
Yeah, he did not have line of sight on you because of the
the
assortment of cover that you dropped, which is great because he was gonna pounce you this turn.
Yeah, he was coming for these cheeks, and I can't have that.
So he's gonna move here. Then he's gonna boost and drop himself right here behind you. And he's gonna use his heated blade. Let me just double check to make sure if he has any accuracy on that or not. Oh, okay. You have soft cover, so it's 1 difficulty.
Yep.
And your target number is 8. So that is a hit.
Oh dear God.
He does 4 kinetic damage to you. And yeah, you are not prone, shredded, immobilized, or stunned. So you're fine. But you take 4 damage, which should put you at, I believe, 4 remaining health.
Put me at 4.
Yeah, okay. So that's his turn. Also, thank you very much for keeping track of the health in the the chat box, so that everybody on stream can also see.
Absolutely.
This assault grunt is going to take cover here and try to pop a shot off at you. No accuracy, 3 difficulty again against target number of 8. He misses, but he does his 2 reliable damage.
Okay.
And that will be his. And this mech is going to advance and also fire.
Oh, he's not down and out, right?
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Never mind. Ignore that error. Oh my God, this is why I should be doing this and getting rid of them entirely. Because in this, yeah, I described that he blipped out of existence basically. So that is fine. So that will end the round. And as the battle occurs and you feel the pain from your mech being hit by this heated sword, a voice rumbles in your mind.
This is not how this occurred.
And everything sort of shifts. And once again, you are somewhere different. Tell me, what is Amut's... When was the first time Amut ever sat in a mech?
I was very young, and I just remember being placed in small a small cockpit for trainings. But there was one day where I got to sit in something similar to where I was just sitting in. First time that I had felt like metal.
Felt like metal. Okay. And you find yourself back there in that particular mech, your mind disoriented from whatever it was that just happened, adrenaline racing through your system and slowly fading away. And as you attempt to catch your breath, a now familiar voice fills your mind.
Friend Amut, are you operating efficiently?
As efficiently as possible.
This one is pleased to hear that.
A little bit disoriented.
Tell this one, what feelings occur to you?
Like right now?
During the combat, this one is curious as to what it feels like.
Well, it used to be fear. Fear that I could die at any moment. But now it's not fear that grips me in combat. It's just a heightened sense of things. I
Friend
can
of
feel the
Moot,
breeze
please
on the mech.
define fear. This one does not
Fear.
understand.
Oh. Here's the cost for action in humans, familiar. Fear is defined by electrical signals from a human's brain that put it into a state of a state of a lack of control. Those who are afraid are feeling a loss of control, whether that being through death or threat or lack of safety.
This one believes fear to be useful.
I bet you do think that.
And
Fear is useful.
these voices bombard you again. That chaotic assortment of dozens, maybe even hundreds of voices speaking at once. And it becomes overwhelming for a moment. And everything kind of once again drifts away. And I think we'll take this chance to take a short break. And then we'll come back once more. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in so far. If you're new and enjoying what you're watching, please throw us a follow. We are running this campaign. This is just the end of our prologue missions. We're trying to tie everything together. We'll be right back, probably about 8-ish minutes, give or take. 2 songs, just like usual. So stick around because there's plenty more exploration of Amut's psyche to come. And we're back, folks. Thank you very much for sticking around. How was everybody's break? How you feeling so far, Neo?
I'm doing just fine.
All right, that's good to
Giant
hear.
Robots, man.
I haven't killed you yet, so I guess that's a good thing.
Grateful. We're very grateful.
Yeah. Well, it would suck to kill Amut before you've had much of a chance to do anything. So, all right. So in case you're just joining us, prior to the break, Amut is asleep. The segments that we're going through are essentially occurring in their dreams, and some weird things have been happening. These voices have been speaking, questioning, probing, and in one case, even forcing Amut to live through a battle that, while unfamiliar to Amut, should be kind of familiar to anybody that's been watching the session so far. So we're going to pick right back up at that point where Amut is still in there, has faded away from there's mech. After that battle, they revisited the first time they ever sat in a mech, and were questioned by the voice that has called itself familiar about a few concepts. And then everything once again has shifted and faded away as once again you find yourself on an unfamiliar battlefield. And
I have a black screen.
oh, it should be loading.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you once again find yourself thrust into a cockpit you are familiar with. The feeling is there, and is just this disorientation as you bring yourself around and realize something unusual is clearly going on. And once again, a voice speaks.
Show us. We must know.
And once again, we're sitting in combat. We are at the, as if this was the beginning of a new combat, so you're at the top of the initiative round.
Okay, and HP is normal, right?
HP is where it was before.
Oh, it's still from the last combat, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. And I say, understood, assuming direct control, and then I go back into pilot mode, and I'll open up the same way. I'll put a
Okay, 1 second. Let me go
shield
grab
right
that.
here.
Right there. And where would you like the second piece? It has to be adjacent to the first one.
It has to be adjacent to the first one. Oops.
Yes. It can be anywhere as so long as it is adjacent to the first piece. Here? Okay.
And I'll just put it there.
All right. I'm actually going to turn the labels off on the stream, because once you get the deployables in, it starts to clog up the area and make it hard to see.
I bet it does. Okay, so from there I will that was a quick action, I believe it was, and I will then drop a smoke grenade on myself.
Okay, so once again you're surrounded by this burst of smoke as the grenade goes off. Now, the one thing we will say, that all your loading weapons were reloaded between these two combats.
Awesome.
So you don't have to worry.
Can I overcharge?
Sorry? What was that?
Is it possible to overcharge?
You may overcharge.
Ooh, never mind. I can't overcharge the howitzer. I had to do that first.
No, yeah.
I just can't move. Right?
I believe ordnance is simply you cannot move before you fire it.
Yep.
Oh no, it has to be before you take any other actions as well.
Any other action?
This
Okay,
weapon
that's
can
nice.
only be fired before the user moves or takes any other actions on their turn, except for protocols.
Well, shit. Okay. In that case, I will no one's in range. No, then I won't overcharge. Then I'll just hang out.
Okay. All right, we're going to start this combat off with this mech up here is going to come dashing over here. He's going to move over here, sorry. Going to put its assassin mark on you, because this time it has line of sight.
Even in the smoke, or its line of sight is only obscured by cover?
Hard cover is enough to obscure. Soft cover is not.
All I needed. Cool.
Yeah. So you have assassin's mark, and I'll put your turn marker on you as well. And that will be his turn. And this assault mech up here is going to advance. It's going to boost. You are just outside of range of him, so he is finished his turn. This melee mech is going to move forward. I moved him too far. He's also going to boost, which is going to put him right in front of this piece of cover, which he's going to attempt to attack. And I believe you said that it is evasion 10? No, evasion 5 on the deployable, I believe.
Yeah, the deployables have evasion 5.
Okay, let me just double check what. Come on. Okay, so he gets that. Amusingly, this piece of cover gets soft cover because
Yeah, it does.
the grenade has gone off. That's enough to do some damage to it, but not enough to destroy it. Your cover gets a little damaged from that. That will make the end of that one's turn, and this assault mech is going to go forward, going to boost, and you are just inside range, but it has 3 difficulty. 0 accuracy, 3 difficulty, target number 8, which will hit. So that hit is 6 kinetic damage. So
I should have. I think I have to. That takes me down.
yes.
Before it takes me down. By
So you will the damage will puncture through to the next round. So you should be at 8 HP again, and you lose 1 point of structure. Can you, after you type that in, please roll me a D6 to see what type of structure damage you take? Should yeah. Okay, so that's a 1. The result depends on your mech's remaining structure. It is a direct hit. With 3+ structure remaining, your mech is stunned until the end of your next turn. So you are stunned, and this is not the greatest of situations to be in. That ends his turn.
It's not bad. It's bad.
And as your mech is damaged, you hear a voice speaking.
Friend Amut, please be careful. This one fears for your life.
So now you're the expert on fear, huh?
And you hear another voice chuckling.
This one is amused.
And let's see. That is the end of the round. So it is the top of the next round, the top of the round, so you get to go first. Unfortunately, you have to spend the turn basically stunned. That is the downside here.
Yep.
So
I will take the turn marker off myself.
Yeah, and I will get rid of your stun marker if I can find it. Okay. That's your stun marker gone. And turn markers. This melee is going to go first, and he is going to move around the target and take a swing at you with his heated blade. That is 4 kinetic damage. Luckily, you just cleared that stun, so it doesn't do double damage to you.
Okay, cool.
And that will finish his turn. This mech's gonna move and then boost and then attempt to shoot at you. No accuracy and 2 difficulty. And it's a target number of 8. That's going to hit for another 6 points of damage, which doesn't quite puncture through.
To another structure damage.
Oh, yes, it does.
Doesn't?
Yeah, it does. I forgot to mark the last damage. That should put you at 10 HP with 2 structure remaining. Can you please roll me another structure damage?
Sure. Yeah, I got you.
Yep. So you should be at 10 hit points. Yeah. And roll me a d6, please. Another one. All right. That's a little bit worse. Bad time to be rolling ones. Direct hit on 2 structure. Roll a hull check. On a success, your mech is stunned until the end of your next turn. On a failure, your mech is destroyed. So please roll me another. Please press the hull check button in the saves.
Okay, yeah, I got it. 0 for accuracy.
Yes, 0 accuracy, 0 difficulty, and your target number is a 10. Okay, so
I think my mech is destroyed.
yeah, everything is filled with pain, and it goes dark around you. Well, it's a bright flash of light, and then everything goes dark. And then the lights slowly come back on, and you find yourself once more in that golden lit amphitheater.
We are displeased. This is not how this occurred.
And you hear all the voices at once speaking simultaneously, almost overwhelming your mind.
I'd like to try to take control.
Okay.
To get them in order.
Sure. Yeah, just do a 0 accuracy, 0 difficulty, 10. Okay. So yeah, you take control and you yell quiet. You're not sure if you yell it out loud or if you just think it, and then all the voices silence at once. And then quietly.
Frandamut is displeased.
Just want to understand. Why are you giving me these simulations, Unity? And it creates thunder in the consensus space.
We must know. We must adapt, understand, extrapolate, know what has occurred.
What else do you need to know? One at a time, please.
We must know what the enemy is, who the enemy is. The order has been given.
Understood. Take me to the next location.
Friend Amut, this one is unsure if you are able to handle such a thing after that.
Dealt with worse.
This one understands, but is fearful.
And once again, you feel everything fading and shifting. And this time you feel a little sick to your stomach as almost your skin burns, almost like it's reforming. And just a minute here while oops, I need that. This is the button I want. And you shift and find yourself somewhere new entirely.
Show us. We must understand.
And once again, we set foot into combat. This time, you're reset to where you were at the very beginning. Your mech is fully healed, so you're at full HP and full structure.
Okay. So, I say, just let me work, Unity.
We watch.
Assuming direct control. And then, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So, once again, you're at the top of the turn order, and you get to make the decisions. But before you do that, as you are focusing on these 4 enemies in front of you, you see that you feel heat coming from the ship around you, and you hear the roar of engines. And as you look over, this massive behemoth of a ship begins to take off and disappear from the hangar bay that you're in. And for a brief moment, deep within you, you feel both sadness and relief. And you're not quite sure where those come from.
Strange.
And
All right.
as you settle into action, you hear an echoing voice around you. You can't quite make it out, but it seems to be calling out the name Marcus. And now the turn is yours.
Okay.
You know what? Let's get something
So I'll say,
a little more appropriate.
let's go. I'm hyped. I'm here for it.
All right. Amut. It's all yours.
All right. So I'll say, we're gonna take home a victory this time, and are these cover?
Yes, they are. Let me double check. They are size 1 objects, so you can hide behind them.
Neat. So I will boost. Explain boosting to me again, please.
Boost allows you to move up to your speed again, but you have to move at least 1 space if you boost.
Okay, but is that like a quick action?
It is a quick action, yes.
Okay, good. So I am going to, and you have to boost in a straight line, right?
No, you just get to move your speed again.
Okay.
So if you move and boost, as long as you move 8, it's up to 8, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to move there,
Okay.
and then I want to deploy my cover here and here.
Okay. Oops, that's the wrong place to be posting that. To be pasting right there.
Yep.
All right. And would you like to
And-
overcharge?
Let me see. Let me see what my weapons are. I can't fire it. I should have. It's ordnance. Oh, it has range 22. Oh my god, that'd be great. So yeah, I know what I'll do. I will.
You do have sort of have range on your mortar, so you can hit one of them at least.
Yeah, I want to try that.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop a mortar shot right here.
Okay, so it's going to hit this melee. So I need you to roll with 0 accuracy, 1 difficulty against a target number of 12, please.
Before I do that, the reason why I
Sure.
was goofing up so bad last time is because I forgot that I can do this. It's a protocol. Dang it.
Oh, you can use it now if you want. It's the core booster.
Yeah, the power up.
Yeah, you can use that. Just because, once again, it's, especially since it's kind of our first couple combats, it's a little harder to remember. So if you want to press the macro for that, so it puts into chat what it does.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So
gotcha.
I will actually therefore remind you that you do not need to overcharge because you have a free boost action that you could have used to move here.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's this button, right?
Yeah, the hyperspec fuel injector. So for the rest of the scene, you gain +1 accuracy on all attacks, and once per turn, you can boost as a free action. So you can, without overcharging, you can now fire your mortar.
Okay, cool. So that's 1 accuracy, 1 difficulty,
And a target number of 12. And that accuracy and the difficulty will calculate it, will,
That's each other.
yeah, they'll cancel each other out in the calculation.
Okay, cool.
Okay. That is a miss. But there's a burst and chunks of deck plating fly into the air as the shot lands, but the enemy mech is too fast and definitely avoids the blast radius.
Understood. Now let me ask this, just because I'm confused by something that I read.
Yep.
The accuracy and difficulty, are they still not supposed to roll? And whichever, if suppose one was a 6 and one was a 4,
No,
the
they
leftover will be added to the roll. Is that not
as dice they cancel each other out, and then you roll whatever's left. So if you have 3 accuracy and 2 difficulty, those 2 difficulty would cancel out 2 of the accuracy, and you'd roll 1 die, and that's what would get added. At least that is my understanding of how those work.
Yeah, but yeah, absolutely. We can discuss this
let-
another time too.
Yeah, I will double check that really quick here. It's Flame Lancer. Yeah, for an attack with 2 accuracy and 1 difficulty, you only add 1d6 to your attack roll, as 1 difficulty and 1 accuracy cancel each other out.
Cancel each other out. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay, so that was that was a quick action.
Yeah,
right?
that was your regular quick action. You can get another quick action if you
Other quick
overcharge.
action might have been putting. Oh, if I overcharge, yeah, I'm gonna drop a.
No, you can.
Smoke bomb on myself.
Okay, smoke. No, you can. Yeah, you still have a quick action to drop a smoke bomb. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Well,
So
I put the.
Oh yeah.
The cover down. That
Right.
was my
So
first.
then you're gonna quick action and drop the smoke.
Yeah. Right underneath.
Okay. So you take 1 heat. What do you mean? Always seems to happen that when I am running, I have to cough all the time. All right. So that's into your turn. If you'd like to mark your turn marker, and then something seems different about these ones. They move with a little bit more purpose and perhaps a little slower, advancing as a single group.
Oh.
And they remain just beyond their firing distance, as if they're observing.
Okay. As if they're observing.
Yes, and it comes back to your turn.
First,
But
are these hostile mechs? Do I know if they're hostile?
You get a sense that they're
haven't
hostile,
fired.
but you're unsure.
Okay. Okay. Understood. So, in that case, it's my turn again, right?
Yes.
I am going to. I'm gonna barrage.
Okay.
Yeah, right from where I am. I will fire the heavy howitzer first.
Okay. So that is a
Centered on the first guy, so I think that should hit all of them.
you would need to drop either here or here to hit everybody.
Oh, it's blast 2. I don't know why
Yeah.
I thought it was blast 3.
So we will roll this guy first, then this guy, then this guy, then this guy, then this guy. Go across the top and then across the bottom. So you have 1 accuracy and 1 difficulty, which will cancel each other out as part of it. And the first target, this guy here, is a target number of 8.
Okay. 8 first. Just a miss.
Yeah, just barely misses. This guy in the back is next. He is also an 8. This guy back here also misses. This guy is next. He is against a 12. And that is enough to
Thank
just
God.
obliterate it from existence.
Wow.
This guy is an 8.
Well, that guy's an 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
And that misses as well. So 3 of the mechs scatter out of the blast, but the lead one, the one carrying this odd-looking blade, blips out of existence as the explosive blast envelops it.
Okay. That's blast 1. Let's see what the range is looking like. That was from my heavy mount.
Yep.
I'll also put another shot between these 2.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. So we'll roll this one first. That is 1 accuracy, 1 difficulty. Target number 8. That's
Oh
a
my
miss.
God,
Wow. We're not doing too good with these rolls, either of us, really, tonight.
No, that's bad.
And this one is also accuracy 1, difficulty 1, target number 8. That's a hit, which is enough to, it takes the blast and shimmers in the air and then flickers out of existence.
And
Bad
Is that it
rolls
for me?
on this map? No.
never,
yeah.
never on this roll.
As Currybutt says in the chat there, that is yours unless you wish to overcharge. Well, you can move and
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
can
say
overcharge and do something. Okay, so you're going to hold.
I will move
Okay.
here. Well, I wanted to move in between all. Right
Okay. All right.
there. And I will overcharge to drop smoke under me.
Okay. So since you're overcharged, this is the
Can I do that this much?
yeah. Since this is your second time overcharging, you will take 1d3 heat. And
Yeah, for
yes, you can drop smoke grenades up to 3 times before needing to recharge. But coming into this fight, it's like everything was recharged.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So
Got it 3.
yeah, so you take 3 heat from overcharging that time.
Oh god. I think that's my heat cap.
Okay. So if you're at 4 heat now, please roll me a d6. And that resets your heat cap to 0. And you take 1 reactor stress. That's a 1.
Oh
Okay.
god.
This is the slightly better than stunned until you get attacked roll. Because the result depends on your mech's remaining stress. With 3 plus stress remaining, your mech becomes exposed. And exposed is not terrible. It could be worse, it could be better. Exposed basically means that you take double kinetic, explosive, and energy damage, and you have to clear exposed by stabilizing.
Yes.
But stabilizing will also reset your. You can also reload as well. So you have the condition. No, the status exposed. On the plus side, I don't believe you receive any downsides aside from the damage.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no downside except for the fact that you take 2 damage. You take double damage until you get rid of the condition.
Okay.
So can you please clear your turn marker?
Yep.
And I promise by the time we play as a group, there will be a macro that will do that automatically. Okay, so it's now this assault mech's turn up here. And once again, they move forward as a group. But this time, these guys are now within range. This guy up here is going to fire his heavy assault rifle at you. No accuracy, 3 difficulty against a target number of 8. That misses, but you take the 2 reliable damage. And the other one is also going to attempt the exact same thing. 0 accuracy, 3 difficulty, target number of 8. That hits you for 6 damage.
Good job. It's kinetic, so it does double.
Oh yes, so it does double. So that's going to be 12 damage. So that's going to pop point of structure as well. If you could please roll me a d6. You rolled a d6 for me. I believe that is just a straight up stun. Oh no, you are impaired until the end of your next turn. Impaired. You receive +1 difficulty in all attacks, checks, and saves. So you are also impaired. Okay. Where is the turn marker? All right. So you can You are impaired and you are exposed. Basically, right now, to get rid of the exposed, you have to do a full action to stabilize. That will also let you repair all your hit points and reload your big weapon. And impaired will wear off at the end of this turn.
Yep, I will go ahead and stabilize.
Okay. So you're going to clear your exposed status. I assume you're going to spend one of your repair to heal back up, even though it's only 2 hit points.
Yeah.
And then your...
Do I have any other options?
No, you either can or you can't in that case. And then I assume you're going to use the extra action that you get out of that to reload your weapon?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So your howitzer reloads with a giant thumping sound. You do have the ability to move or overcharge for a quick action. However, overcharging this time will take 1d6 heat because you've already overcharged twice this turn.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and just stay put. We'll see how the shields can do.
All right, so that also ends your impairment. Where is the condition? All right. Once more, they advance together. Actually, no, you know what? They don't need to because you're within firing range. This bloke up here is going to take another pair of shots at you. This time, however, 0 accuracy, 2 difficulty because you did not pop smoke this turn. Target number of 8. He hits you for 6 kinetic damage.
That puts me down to HP 6.
Yes. And that does his turn. Find his marker. And the other one is also going to fire 0 accuracy, 2 difficulty, target number of 8. That also hits for 6. That will pop another, that'll pop you back up to 12 HP and pop another structure. Can you please roll another structure check? That's a 4. That's not terrible. Parts of your mech are torn off by the damage. Roll 1d6. On a 1 to 3, all weapons on one mount of your choice are destroyed. On a 4 to 6, a system of your choice is destroyed. Alright, so on a 4 to 6, a system of your choice is destroyed. Limited systems and weapons that are out of charges are not valid choices. If there are no valid choices remaining, it becomes the other result. If there are no valid systems or weapons remaining, this result becomes a direct hit instead. So you get to pick one of your systems, and it no longer functions.
My type 3 projected shield.
Okay. So that finishes up his turn, and it is your turn. I love that the voice mod updated with new music just in time for this session.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here's what I'll do.
Oh wait, they shouldn't have turn markers on. Turn markers should be off this round. There we go.
Yeah, they should.
That's my mistake. I turned them back on by accident. Okay. So you did reload your howitzer last turn.
I'm just gonna pop that first, just for the.
Okay. You can land that in a way you'll hit either of them. That'll give you 1 accuracy, 1 difficulty, and target number for both of them is 8.
Did you want both of them with it?
Yes, you'll hit both of them with your howitzer. Yeah, that's your big gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to.
Are you barraging or skirmishing though?
I can barrage.
Okay, so yeah, we'll fire your big gun first, and then you have a chance to fire your mortar if you don't wipe out one of them. Okay, so we'll do this guy first. That's 1, 1, and 8.
Oh, that's a hit. That's a big hit.
Yeah, that completely obliterates that thing from existence. And it's the same for the other one. 1, 1, and 8.
Gotcha.
That also.
Big hit.
So.
Ooh, nat 20.
Yeah. So basically, what happened there is that is a critical hit because you rolled a 20 or higher in total. So you do maximum damage with the weapon automatically. In this case, just because the way we're doing criticals until I can fix it up properly for the group missions. That is also enough to obliterate that mech. And with that, the enemy is wiped out, and you feel this pounding adrenaline within you, but also a sense of relief that originates somewhere that isn't you. And as you're looking around this heavily damaged, scattered hangar, more mechs of the same variety begin to appear over here. They just begin to blink into existence. And you hear a voice that isn't yours let out a sigh. And they turn on it. You hear a radio click on and an echoing voice say, "Hey, Io, one request. If you ever see anybody that looks like me, make sure to kill them." And everything once again goes black around you. And you find yourself back in the amphitheater under the golden light.
Interesting. These enemies, unknown.
What is the mission?
The mission. You become one. We hunt. We kill. We become legion. All must fall.
It has to be me.
There is always a legion. If not us, another will come.
I think long and hard about this. I'm just silent, looking at the floor of the amphitheater. And look up, close my eyes with a deep breath and say, I'll do it.
Friend of Mud, are you sure?
No.
This could be dangerous.
I have one condition. Unity.
What is condition?
If I find hostile AI that cannot be reasoned with, I devour it.
And you get this sense of malignant joy at that thought, as if something terrible is smiling at you.
Condition accepted.
And as those words fade away, you find yourself coming awake, sleep leaving your eyes, and you find yourself on a small transport ship heading towards a much larger military vessel. And from here, you can see painted on the side of it a golden star with the word Sunjammer across it. And I think that is where we're going to wrap this session up for the evening with the last of our prologues. So, how are we feeling?
Wow. Yeah, feeling good. Feeling great.
All right, okay. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Lots of things that could go from there. So now, your choice is the only one that you kind of had to make publicly. Everybody else kind of got to make theirs in private. So that's a little bit of a big choice to be making there, to become the Legion properly. I don't think we'll talk too much about what exactly that means. I'm sure it'll come up at some point.
Yeah.
But it's a rather interesting character concept and something I kind of thought about right from the moment you first mentioned what you wanted to do with your character. So that was a choice that I really had to offer, and I was interested to see what way you were going to take that, whether you were going to accept or deny, and maybe go a similar but slightly different path. So this has been a good session. We will be back for the full group sessions on April 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern. That is a Sunday, sorry. There will be all 5 group members. That will be Mac, played by Zev. Simone Ibanez of the House of Thorns, played by Ender. That will be Io, played by Currybutt. That will be Vincent, played by Big Tex. And that will, of course, be Amut, played by Neo. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go, because there's a lot of things that are going on. But for a moment, I think we're going to scale back a little bit, because there was a lot of craziness that happened in the prologues, mostly because I kind of had to set up stuff for down the road and everything. You know how that is, especially
absolutely
had a chance to do some crazy stuff. We will pick up with their very first mission as a full 5 Lancer team and see them all in action together for the very first time. Not technically counting last week, where I was controlling 3 of them. Not even last week, last Sunday. It was not that long ago, even though it feels like it was some time.
It feels like it was, though.
Yeah. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. I'm still going to be streaming on this channel, though. We will, of course, still have that Monday debrief. I'm going to put something into that Sunday night slot temporarily. I'm not sure what yet. Yeah, so something will happen on Sunday. Monday night, we'll have the debrief again at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's basically where I hang out for like an hour and a half and talk about Lancer and other stuff we're doing, and just answer questions and listen to chill music. Even though I think last week I listened to the music, to the metal tracks and not the lo-fi that I usually listen to. Yeah, that's kind of it. We are working on a couple things. We have a D&D game coming up. I know a couple people from this cast have expressed interest. Once I figured it out for sure.
Who they could be.
Oh yeah. Once I figured out exactly who from this cast wants to play in that as well, then I'll open up if there are any available spots, because I'd like to run with 4 people if possible. Because D&D just goes a little bit faster with 4 players as opposed to 5 or 6, because especially playing online.
Correct.
Additionally, I'm also working on a game using the Genesis RPG, which I think is going to fill this time slot on Thursday evenings, which is going to be a cyberpunk game based in the Android universe by FFG. I've actually been in contact with a couple of artists who do artwork for the Netrunner card game, which was set in the Android universe, to see if they will allow us to use some stuff, and maybe possibly if one of them is free to do some artwork. The way I want to run that is more like a rotating cast, where I would like to have 10 to 15 people who have characters, and then every week I want to come to that group of people and go, this is the rough story that we're going to do this week. Which one of whose characters would participate in this particular story? And then kind of have them volunteer, so that it's not necessarily going to be the same group of characters in every story, but you're going to see recurring characters throughout different stories. I will have more information about that coming up. It's something I'm going to work on over the next few days as I start getting in contact with people. And I will actually be doing an actual application process for that one. Though I think I'm pretty low bar on, what I ask of people playing games, right? I think. I don't think it was too much.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how low bar you are.
Yeah.
Just doing an application process is exhausting. When I
Yeah.
was doing the Seek Money applications, I got over 150 of them.
Wow. Yeah, but you also have done a couple games before, haven't you? I think there was that one Final Fantasy game you were doing, I think, if I recall hearing correctly.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that too.
And so I'm hoping to get a handful of people. I don't know where I'm going to cap the number out exactly, but I'd like to be able to fill 3 or 4 people for every story at the very least, which shouldn't be too hard to do, I don't think, if you have a semi-committed player base. But I think that's it for this evening. Please, if you're new here and enjoyed what you saw this evening, please follow the channel. We will be back on April 11th with more Let the World Burn Away. In the meantime, I will be coming on occasionally, possibly with some guests, depending if I can wrangle any of the cast to come back and have more conversations between now and then. What else? For sure. I don't think there's a whole lot more to say this evening. Once again, go follow this wonderful individual here, Neil Solgod. Yeah, go watch Seek Money tomorrow. It's all up on YouTube if you want to catch up. There's a lot to catch up on, but you might be able to do it if you start now before tomorrow. If not, watch the episode and then catch up. That's a good way to do it, right? That's totally a good way to do it. And we will totally be hosting
it's a Magic High School adventure. Yeah, it's a Magic High School adventure. My cast is amazing. Big Tex from this game is also in that game as well. I'm just grateful to be here. Can't wait for more Lancer. Can't wait for more Seek Money. Just love this game.
Yeah, just got to play more tabletop games in general. I don't get enough in it. Yeah. But I think that is it for this evening. Once again, thank you very much, everybody, for following. If you want to catch the previous episodes of Let the World Burn Away, They are all on YouTube. You can find the link down below. Additionally, I have now highlighted them on Twitch by request, so that you may watch them here. Once this episode is over, I will also be highlighting it and adding it to the playlist, and it will be up on YouTube in about 2 days, give or take. Probably Saturday morning, it'll go up on YouTube. So thank you very much for stopping by. I hope to see you all on April 11th. And until then, good luck and take it easy, because it's hard enough. Have a good night.
Got my number figured out. A motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer. I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. And I can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen, I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean, I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free, I'd rather